Welcome to my analysis/review of a funny fragment in the Hello Phone episode of the Skipper and Skeeto TV show. I like Skipper and Skeeto a lot since I was a little child. I was 4 years old when I had my first computer. It had Windows XP with several games on it. One of the games was Skipper and Skeeto, Tales from Paradise Park. It was the first adventure game I ever played and I enjoyed it so much. I have beautiful memories of it and I even played it again and again years later after I finished it. A few years ago I also bought a few other games from Skipper and Skeeto and I already played one of them, but I did not just finish it, so I wanted to install it again last week so that I can resume playing it, but then I discovered that there was also a TV show from Skipper and Skeeto. This really made me happy, and after that I watched a few episodes. One of the episodes is called the Hello Phone and it's really nice. It's a completely different experience than playing the game, because while playing the game you should always go on adventure, focus and search for things. This TV show is just a happy and interesting animated series. But I also like the TV show a lot. It has a lot of funny and interesting happenings and subjects. One of the fragments have already stayed with me, and in this video I want to give my analysis/review about it. I will now show you which fragment I mean, and after that I will give my analysis/review about it, in which I explain what makes the fragment so good in my opinion.
Hello! Hello, Skeeto! This new invention of yours really works! How does it do that? Magic?
No, science. The sound waves from my voice are concentrated by the tin can and vibrate along the tight string until they are amplified by the tin can at your end.
We better think of a name for this thing. What should we call it?
The Hello Phone, of course.
What a great fragment. What makes this fragment so great for me is first how it starts. They are calling each other with tin cans and they both sound very happy. This creates a cheerful atmosphere in a TV show. Unfortunately, there are happening a lot of bad things in the world, so I am always happy to see animated TV shows where everyone is just enjoying life and kind to each other. Of course, I also like serious TV shows where things go like in real life, or movies and TV shows with some action, but I am always happy to see that there are also TV shows where everything is just about happiness, kindness and enjoying life. So the first reason why I like this fragment so much is because they are so kind to each other and just doing something fun. This is happening in the beginning of the fragment, and at the same time you hear a happy fairy tale like background music, and this makes it better in my opinion. Of course, the most important thing is that they are so kind to each other and enjoy life by doing something fun, but this type of background music makes that effect better. When I speak for myself, music always has a direct impact on my emotions and how I feel. Most of all, when I hear a sad song, I immediately think to things that makes me sad, and when I hear a happy song, I immediately think to things that makes me happy. The tone of this song also sounds very happy, so that perfectly fits the happiness in the fragment and bring me in the mood of the fragment. If I would only see Skipper and Skeeto having fun and doing kind to each other, it will also make me happy, but because music almost always impact my feeling and emotions, it made the happy effect of the fragment more realistic. Many people are sensitive to music, so in my opinion I did a good job by adding it to the fragment. And to not forget, as I just said, the tones also sounds fairy tale like. And for me that addition is even more than just happiness. It gives a magical feeling like I'm watching or listening a fairy tale, so therefore this addition completely brings me in the world of Skipper and Skeeto. It does not just makes me happy, but it really makes me focus on the story of Skipper and Skeeto. And let me forget reality for a second, so that is great. That is really great. The other reason why I like this fragment so much is because it's very funny to see how surprised Skipper is to find out that Skeeto can talk to him through the tin cans. Nowadays, this reaction would be unimaginable because we have smartphones with which we can not only call but even chat and sending pictures and videos all over the world to any country in just 1 second. So that's the reason that this fragment is not just nice because it's so happy, but also makes the fragment really funny. I really had to laugh when I saw this part of the fragment. Creating a network with tin cans would still be possible nowadays, just for fun. But that Skipper reacted so surprised that even asked Skeeto how they do that and think it's magic really makes the fragment funny for me. This TV show is from 2000, so his reaction and his way of phone communication was already logical at that time, since phones have been around for much longer. But nowadays, in 2022, it's really unthinkable. In my opinion, they did a great job by adding such an old method of phone communication in a TV show from 2000. First because it looks very funny, but also because it's just interesting. There was once a time, centuries ago, where tin cans were the only way to have a phone conversation. Now it looks very funny because technology has progressed so fast since then, but there was a time where this way of communication was normal. So it's also a bit of history, and that makes the fragment even more interesting and good in my opinion. It contains a bit of history in a funny way. After Skipper his surprise reaction, Skeeto is explaining in detail how the tin can phone works, and this part cannot be missed in my opinion. Of course, the idea that they are using tin cans and Skipper's surprise reaction are the most nice and interesting things of the fragment, but Skeeto's advanced explanation makes the way of communication understandable, and that is important when it comes to history, even if it is shown in a funny context. So again, also that part cannot be missed in my opinion. It's even a bit educational. Finally, Skipper says that they should think of a name for it, and Skeeto says the hello phone, of course. And this again makes it very funny because they just developed a technique to call with each other, to which Skipper reacted very surprised. So you would not expect them think of a logical name for it. In real life it is also called phone, well it seems like they'd never heard from it. So this makes it again very funny. One last thing, another reason why I like this fragment so much is because I am personally also very interested in everything that has to do with phones, since I was a child. That is also how I decided to start my YouTube channel. So that makes the fragment even more interesting for me. This is a great fragment in my opinion. I really like it. Well done by the makers.